And we are recording, Mr.
Hola,
Mo.
I'm ready. I've been ready. I was up early today. I got some cosmetic work done.
Wow. I
How
was
do
gonna
I?
say, did you get less ugly? Was that
Yes, I did. I did. Well, that's what Dr. G said after I gave him some G's. That's why he's named Dr. G because I had to dish out some G's. Um, but I got some jawline balancing. So like I don't necessarily need to be perfectly symmetrical, but after all my surgeries, my face is like a little like asymmetrical. So I was like, can you fix this? They gave me some like filler, couple syringes here and there. Bada bing, bada boom.
Wow. For those
Booyah.
of you not watching us live before this, Simo used to look like Popeye. Hi, lady.
Yeah. Popeye, if he was like mixed a little bit with like Popeye and like Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's right. I take me some spinach.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good times. So now it looks like you're about to unveil a new Apple product with your black sweater.
Oh, I do what I
I'm gonna
can.
call I'm gonna call you Steve Handjobs.
Nice. But I'm gonna change the name to Banana for obvious reasons. Uh
That reminds me, I gotta test this sound. Could you hear the coming shot?
no.
Well, we're not gonna have it this time then. Anyways,
Aw.
it's time to do this in three, two, one.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat Podcast.
All young men like three things: food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris CMO Moore. How's it going, Mr. Mo?
What's up, dude? I'm okay. I still have a cough though. I was so paranoid because there was this like new bacterial like pneumonia that they found in Harlem that's dripping from
Oh,
AC units. You hear about that?
oh no! What? It's a
Yeah,
new
and I called
bacteria dripping from AC units? No, I don't like
Yeah, and
this.
I told my doctor, and he was like, "Have you been to Harlem?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You're good." But what if I sat on the train next to someone who's from Harlem and they breathed on me?
Yeah.
He's like, "Hang up, leave me alone. You're fine. Take some cough medicine."
How did you get my
Okay,
home number?
I know. What you do? But anyway, same old, same old. How about you? How are things? I know you were doing some filming. That looks fun.
Yeah, buddy. I had three different shoots this past week, a couple stand-up shows as well in the evenings. Now doing this. I am quite tired, as they say, but life is good when you get to live the dream, people. So I cannot complain. Just rocking and rolling, as they say, as you whites like to say. So yeah, things are good over here. Now I'm terrified to go to Harlem though, because what the fuck? I'm
I'm
like
I'm
really
gonna
scared
Google.
now.
I'm gonna Google it, so I'll tell you. Sometimes I'm
Like,
like, should I Google things or just chat GBT it? I
I
feel
think
like
Chat
chat
GPT knows
GBT
better.
is better. Let me see.
Yeah.
So, is there
Oh, it's
a
Legionnaire's
new?
disease. What the fuck? They give
Okay, so
flu-like symptoms.
it says there a new pneumonia in Harlem, and it says it appears there's not a new pneumonia in Harlem in the sense of a novel pathogen, but rather a recent outbreak of Legionnaire's disease, which is
Yeah,
a severe form of pneumonia caused by Legionella bacteria.
that's crazy. And it says if you've been impacted, if you've been in the New York City area since late July, and you're experiencing flu-like symptoms, fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, you should seek immediate medical attention. It's not transmitted from person to person and is treatable with antibiotics. It spreads by breathing in water vapor containing the Legionella bacteria. So, That's why conditions for the bacteria are favorable in things like cooling towers, whirlpool spas, hot tubs, humidifiers, hot water tanks, and condensers for large air conditioning systems, which makes sense then. So, yeah, stay away from Harlem for a little bit, peeps. Especially because it's hot as fuck. So the ACs are not going anywhere. And I'm gonna blame this is gotta be it. The older restaurants, the older buildings, the older clubs, all that shit, they probably have never, ever changed their AC filters.
Are these restaurants international restaurants? Could one argue that maybe DEI is the problem?
If anything,
I think
DEI doesn't believe in AC. You go to Latin America, you don't get no fucking AC. You
also we
goddamn
can't
open the
blame
window.
DEI for this one.
So this is
Next
all
time.
American made. But yeah, who knows? And these slumlords in New York City that don't fucking maintain buildings and don't give a fuck about the people. Now you're spreading goddamn Legionnaire's disease. So that's my theory. And
Yeah,
what the fuck
I'm
do I
familiar
know,
with
though?
that.
I'm a comedian, not a doctor. Though I do have a Master of Science, which sounds cool, even though it's for public relations. So I don't know why that's listed under the sciences. But still Master of Science. So if anybody asks, I am a master of it.
My degree is Bachelor's of Science in Theater with a concentration in acting. So, with honors. Booyah.
That sounds so impressive yet so meaningless all at the same time.
It's kind of like having no degree, you know?
It sounds almost like, when those like Nepo babies get hired at companies and they're like the fuck up sons. So they get given like, you're like vice president of executive sales and international order, and they don't do anything. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh God, college was so stupid.
I miss it though. If I knew now what I knew then, I would have been a big hoe. I would have partied more, and if I knew then that my degree is so pointless, I wouldn't have tried as hard. I wouldn't have stayed up so late rehearsing things. I've been like, whatever, let me just get passing grade, because like I don't think that any one of the jobs I've applied for in my adult life has ever asked me what my GPA was.
Yeah, especially for an acting degree. And at the end of the day, when you go to auditions, obviously you need some credits, but it's all about how you perform.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't matter if you got a fucking A in acting 302 back in college if you suck at the monologue when you're in the middle of the audition. So, but no, I gotta say, I did it. I knew that Towson University, which is where I went to college, was if I wanted to get like a nice job, it was already to the time where you knew like grad school was what you had to do. Otherwise, because we're already in like a terrible economic time when we got out of college. And so I made sure to just do enough to get like decent passing grades where, a job, if they ever looked at my GPA, they wouldn't be like, this guy's a moron. But I could have gotten like straight A's if I wanted to at college. I was there to party, have a good time, and pass, yes. But I knew my avenue was this is college. I'm going to live it up. And I'm glad I had that mindset because I had a lot of fun. And then I went to grad school and crushed. So, yeah. But now it's tougher. Like now, I don't even know if I'd want to go to college now. Like, think about it. Our life would be totally different in Towson. We wouldn't have the fraternity, which I wouldn't mind because I guess I did it later. But I don't know. It's just like nowadays, like there's literally zero guarantees in the job force. At least back then, if you had a college degree, you could get a couple interviews. But now it's like the unemployment line is very strong. In fact, you saw the jobs report. Trump fired the fucking lady
Yeah.
who collects the statistics because the job report was so goddamn weak. So
can you imagine though, like being a kid years ago and being like, you know what, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna cure cancer, and then getting a job in cancer research and the president being like, no, better not. I don't really think it's that important.
Yeah, I don't understand how he's shocked. He fucking just spent the first 7 months of his administration fucking firing everyone left and right. He thinks the jobs report's going to be good. But those are little things, just little fascist things, man. Those are little things that remind me of a little country I came from. and now taking the funding away from NPR, meaning it's going to have to shut down. I've spoken about this. That was the next step that Chavez did. Grab the fucking TV stations that were speaking against him and shut them down. And here we are. In 7 months, we've done all this. We got a concentration camp too. He's talking about fucking rebuilding Alcatraz too, and rehabilitating it to be used to house people, which should fucking be terrifying to anybody.
Oh my god, it's so scary.
That's like even the people who like the historians of Alcatraz would be like, that would be so expensive to make this facility usable again. Like it's like like what? And of course, all to deflect from the fact that he's on the Epstein papers, probably. So
I know.
So it's gonna get crazier. He's gonna keep trying to throw shit against the wall just to see if anything gets people talking about anything other than Epstein. But you gotta stay strong, people.
No,
Stay strong. Keep asking them questions.
I was thinking about this the other day, but I saw that like they had a falling out because Epstein stole employees from Trump, but they were like underage girls. And I think to myself,
one of
like,
them who was trafficked.
yeah, and I think to myself, like, why do you even employ underage kids like at
your
Mar-a-Lago?
massage parlor?
Yeah, like
she worked at Trump's massage parlor.
Yeah,
and her family. She's the one that committed suicide after the fact.
I think
and
she got
her
hit by a
family
bus
is like,
too, right? Did she get hit by a car or something?
I honestly don't know the details of it. But
Guthrie, something like that.
Yeah, Virginia Godfrey.
Yeah, rest in peace, girl.
Yeah, and her family wants answers, and of course, and I really think that this is building out to be like the next Watergate situation, but obviously under a sex scandal instead. It's getting more and more traction. Finally, the media is not being stupid, and they're still asking questions about it, and you see that it's starting to get to them. So, the thing is, everything they're doing is sketchy as fuck, including moving Ghislaine Maxwell to a minimum security prison, which
Texas.
Which is technically illegal in Texas under the crime that she got. Sexual offenders are not allowed to be moved to minimum security prisons. And now she gets preferential treatment after a sketchy meeting with Trump's, defense secretary or whatever. And of course, now they're going to get her to speak some kind of weird testimony, basically saying that Donald Trump is the nicest man ever. And we all know where this is going. And it's like, they think that people are so stupid, that they are so stupid. That's the problem. He hired people that are so dumb, but he thinks that everybody else is even more stupid, that they're doing the dumbest cover-up ever. Like Watergate was a stupid cover-up, and there's actually a hilarious series of it on HBO Max that you guys can check out. You can get all the details. I forget the name of it, but it's got Woody Harrelson in it, and it's hilarious just how dumb these motherfuckers were. But they make, and the Trump admin with this cover-up, this Epstein thing, they make the Watergate planners look like fucking rocket scientists, for God's sakes. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is like the dumbest cover-up of all time. Like, everybody who has a brain knows what they're doing. So it's gonna keep getting crazier. So
I
think
I think that they're gonna have Ghislaine Maxwell speak in front of like Congress, and they're gonna interview her.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for it. I think she's gonna be like, I with 100% certainty am probably sure that the following people were most definitely touching young girls. She's going to list a bunch of Democrats, and then she's going to say, but I assure you, I'm 100% positive that I don't think Donald Trump was on the list. And if anything, he's probably at a golf course because he has an incredible golf game. And the fact that he has been one of People Magazine's sexiest men alive is a travesty. So I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart. And no, I was not prepped in any way for this deposition. Thank you.
She'll wink to the camera.
Yeah.
Thanks, Donald. Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely what's going to happen. And honestly, something like that happened in Watergate too. There was a lady who was going to testify against the Nixon admin, who then they got her in her hospital bed in front of the media, and then she completely changed her story. So everybody was like, what? And it made it even more fishy. So this is absolutely what's going to happen. So just prep yourself, America, because this is going to get dumber and dumber as he gets more desperate and desperate.
Yeah,
So
and
we shall
speaking
see.
of dumb, I'm sorry, MAGA, but if there's anyone out there listening, MAGA people, for half of you who are like, I'm just shocked and caught off guard, quite frankly, that the president may be involved. I think to myself, you voted for someone with 34 counts of bad behavior, most of which being
Well, at
sexual
least those were
assault.
financial crimes, but he was fucking found liable for raping someone. He literally was on tape saying he grabs women by the pussy. And he literally was on tape saying how, because he owned the Miss America pageant, he would walk into the dressing rooms and fucking go check out the naked girls who were underage. So, I mean, his own words. Jeffrey Epstein
Mhm.
was asked if him and Donald Trump ever did things with underage girls, and what did he do? He pled the fifth. Why? If it's a simple yes or no, he could have said no. No, we never did. He's a good guy. Whatever. No, he pled the fucking fifth. Why? Because it would have made them look guilty as hell. So come on, people. It's his own words. It's all you have to look at. You don't have to look at other evidence. You just have to look at the man's own words, the man's own actions. For
He
Christ's
has
sake.
made the most money as a president than any other presidents,
Anyone
even
ever.
all of them combined with all of his grifting, and it's so funny because I feel like MAGA world wants you to believe that like you can't prosper and you can't have nice things because, diversity,
Mhm.
and
DI, the foreigners, the
DI
gays. There's
and
always an
trans
excuse.
people are, all these people are
Right.
doing all these
Right.
crazy things that's affecting your quality of life. But really, it's because our president of the United States allowed major tax breaks to like the richest people of the world, and then us like commoners are paying for it. It's crazy. It's like I've
Yeah.
never seen people like vote against their own interests and
Yeah.
like
And our safety
it's,
nets are all getting destroyed.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's not good. It's not good. But anyways, before we get too depressed on his here comedy show, it's time for a happier subject because it's emails from the listeners. And we got some good ones this week. We got Straight Steve from Phoenix, Arizona, and Brandon from Philly. And again, people, if you want to send us an email, ask us anything, suggest a topic, do so by shooting us a quick little note to fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing what you have to say. We love helping you or ruining your relationships, depending on how you view our advice. But we have a good time with these. So, yeah, send us an email, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com, or follow us on Instagram @fratchatpodcast and send us a DM. But note, Instagram kind of sends shit to like the DM, spam folder from hell. Sometimes we don't see it. So if you want a guaranteed way to reach us, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. No, I will not send foot pictures. Simo might, though. So title it accordingly. Anywho, I'll start this week. I
Okay.
feel like yours is a good one to end with. But this one, I feel like I can relate to. So, Brandon from Philly wants to know, and this is Brandon, sorry, with an E, not with an O. It's not Brandon. Brandon. That's how to say it. There you go. So, he goes, hey, Frat Chat. So last weekend, I went to this barbecue that my girlfriend dragged me to. Her co-worker's place. Ugh. I didn't know anyone. They were playing acoustic Jason Mraz covers.
Oh.
I'm out of there already. And someone brought a kale pasta salad.
What?
Oh,
No.
no.
I don't even need to hear anymore. You are
Yeah,
not
right.
safe. You are not safe.
Run away.
Run. Oh no.
I lasted 45 minutes before I panicked and told everyone my uncle died so I could leave. Ooh, the problem, I've used the dead uncle in quotations excuse before and forgot which one I said. Naka, her coworker, thinks I've lost 3 uncles this year and told everyone to pray for me. My girlfriend's mad. Her coworker keeps checking in, and I'm in too deep to come clean. So my question is, how many uncles is too many to lose before people catch on? And do I fake a resurrection or just keep killing them off? Help me, frat chat. I just wanted to go home and eat real food. Brandon from Philly. And coming from Philly, home of the cheesesteak,
Yeah.
a kale pasta salad is even more of an insult. So
I don't understand. So it's a pasta salad and they just put like shredded kale in it?
I guess, or instead of the pasta, there's kale in it. I don't know. But
Can you make
let me see.
pasta out of kale?
Oh,
Ew,
God. There
gross.
is like that
Ugh,
green veggie pasta.
I'm
Ew, there
sorry.
is kale pasta salad with sun-dried tomato. It's mostly kale with a little bit of pasta, like bow ties in it, and like tomatoes. No, I'm out. I'm out.
If you go to a barbecue, there should be obviously barbecue chicken, maybe
Yeah,
some hot dogs, some hamburgers, but barbecue,
some
like I
burgers.
want like like real American food, not that
Goddamn
like
right.
that
I want a potato salad. I
kale
want mac
pasta.
salad.
Oh,
I want a real pasta salad. What the fuck, kale? Mm-mm.
I want cheap beer. I don't
Yep,
even care if it's lukewarm. I prefer it
yep.
cold, but like it's ugh. I will say that I had last year or 2 years ago, I think I had two uncles die in the same month. I mean, it happens because you can have a lot of uncles, you have a lot of cousins, you have a lot of
Yeah,
aunts.
but three is
If
a lot. I feel like
three is
two.
three is a lot, but at least he knows now, so he can just stop saying that. He should
That's
he should
true.
move on to kill out the cousins.
That's true. Move on to the kids.
Yeah.
The three uncles all had a terrible disease. Now move on
Yeah,
to the
they
kids.
they went they went on
Legionnaires'
vac-
disease.
yeah, they went on vacation to Harlem and,
That's right.
now we know.
They love Harlem. Yeah. Oh man. Now here's the thing. I would make it so, when you're talking to people and be like, well, okay, well, the third one wasn't really my uncle, it's just like my dad's best friend, but I call him like
Oh,
Uncle Steve.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Like how you have everybody has that uncle who you find out 30 years later he wasn't really your uncle or not related to you at all, but he has like a lot of pictures holding you as a kid. It's like, what the fuck? Who was this man? So make him one of those uncles. I think that's the way to do it. But yeah, either way, I think you can't necessarily lose. I don't blame you for wanting to leave, though. And in fact, I think this is a time where you have to just draw a boundary with your girlfriend. Like me and Julie, we're engaged now, and there's been several things that I've done for her, or car rides I've taken, parties or places I've gone to with people where I've been like, I think this is going to turn out to be a shit show. And then we go, and I'm proven right. And I'm like, I fucking told you. And now I'm never coming when this person's coming or when we're doing this. And she's like, you're right. I get it. Touche. So it's good to have those like, I knew this was going to suck. I'm never coming again. And then they're like, get it moments. So that's what I would do. I'd be like, you brought me to a fucking coworker's party who's got not even the real Jason Mraz, acoustic covers of him, and a kale pasta salad. Do you even know who the fuck I am? But do you want me to suffer? And I didn't even know anyone. So I think she should be understanding to it.
But you know
Uh,
what though? I feel like I feel like Brandon, if you're listening, I don't think you're being completely honest because like if you know time and time and again that these cookouts are gonna have awful food, then you should eat before you come. But like if I were to just see a kale pasta salad, I'm not running out the door. I mean, it's disappointing to see, but
oh,
like
I am.
there must be something more. Like these guys must be boring. It's not just the food. They must be boring, or they must talk about work too much, or maybe they're like uber negative, or maybe they're overly woke. I don't know, but there's gotta be something annoying about them. So like I want to know what the real reason is. It's not just the kale salad. I think that
I mean,
the kale salad is a scapegoat for what really is happening.
imagine the conversations these people are having. Like, you walk into a party where there's, again, acoustic Jason Mraz covers being played, not just acoustic covers of stuff, specifically Jason Mraz. Like, who buys that as an album? Who has that as a playlist? And that's what they're serving. The conversations. They're fucking awful. This is like
I think
white people 101.
it sounds like a group of people that work at a psychology clinic of some sort. Because psychiatrists and psychologists are always the weirdest people. I think that it's
That is
probably
true.
like I wonder like what type of people like where does she work? I want to know what does
That's a
she
good
do?
question. Yeah, what's her employment, social security number? Let us know, Brandon from Philly. But yeah,
What if they all work at like Planned Parenthood and then all they do is like sit around and talk about sucking, babies out of vaginas, and they're like, well, wait till you see this picture.
I imagine just with like the descriptor of again Jason Mraz covers and Kale Pasta. I imagine a bunch of white people wearing socks with sandals, playing
Ooh,
hacky sack
no.
with each other, and using a ton of natural deodorant with no aluminum and nothing in it at all, just nature smell.
You know what?
And I've seen people trying to center themselves, so I'm out.
If anyone comes to my house with natural deodorant, you're getting kicked out real quick.
I
I'm
try.
sorry.
I have to make a confession. She's gonna kill me for this, but fucking Julie went that route, and she had to stop. Well, she's now switched to one that's at least better. I forget the brand, but it was because literally I went to give her a hug, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what? Did you shit yourself?" She put her arms down. It's like, "It's your pits, ew." Or we were sleeping, and she was like sleeping like this. And I was, what the fuck is that smell?
And then when
man?
she woke up, your body was lifeless, and she had to give you CPR. You're a better man than me, because if that was me, I'd be like, I want my ring back.
Yeah,
Give me
right.
the ring back. It's not gonna work.
I'm gonna trade it in
Sorry.
for a ton of deodorant. It's like, no, what the fuck? So yeah, I had to. I literally had to tell Julie, "You smell like ass." We were, and then she got it, and now I forget the brand, but this one apparently has worked. But she's gone through like 3 or 4 different natural brands, quote unquote.
Yeah.
AKA she smells like shit. Oh, and I guess she heard me. It's Salt and Stone by Santal and Vetiver. This is what she does.
Sounds like some hippy dippy bullshit to me.
For $20, you said $20 for deodorant? I mean, it smells fine, but $20? No, I'm sorry.
Natural.
Remember when I told you that MAGA people are upset because they think they can't have nice things because of diversity and like trans people? Well, Carlos, you can't have nice things because your fiance spends all her money on
That's
deodorant.
right. A natural deodorant. As she puts some on in front of me. Anyways, that is.
Oh, I had to
Brandon's
say
email.
something. I forgot earlier. Someone messaged me and said that Hulk Hogan's child didn't kill anyone. He's just like very.
He just crippled the guy.
He just crippled him.
Yeah, the
So
guy's just
he
in a
has
wheelchair
zero quality
forever.
of life, but he didn't kill anyone. So
Yeah,
guys,
no,
I'm
he
sorry. I take it back.
just put him in a living hell instead.
Yeah.
And proceeded to get another DUI after the fact.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I don't want to kick the Hogan family when they're down, but that's a weird argument to make to someone. No, he's not dead. He's just a vegetable.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thanks. Great. Good. Cool. Ooh.
Well,
Anywho.
thank you, Brendan from Philly, for your question. But I think you need to send a follow-up email. All right. So, CMO, that's me.
Great start.
Okay, so this is from Straight Steve from Phoenix, Arizona. And I have to say that, like, if you're going to specify that you're straight, I question it.
Yeah, you're
It's
pretty
like
gay.
it's like when guys are like, "Hey, no homo." I'm like, "Well, I didn't think that until now." Now I'm like, "Well, now this might be a little homo." Okay, so let's see,
Get your
Straight
finger out of
Steve.
there, Uncle Steve. Pretty
Ooh.
gay.
Oh, not me. Okay, thought you were talking to me. Okay. Straight Steve from Phoenix, Arizona asked, "What's something straight people still don't get about being queer, no matter how ally they claim to be?" Um, I think that this is a hard question because I think queer is such a huge umbrella. It's like me
Yeah.
being a gay man, I have it a lot easier than someone who's just beginning the transition process. You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
so I do think that um me being gay might be a little bit more socially acceptable in some places than people who are non-binary, because you have a lot of
Right.
older folks and young people too who are like, I'm not doing the whole pronoun thing. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, who cares? Like, it's just a pronoun, you know. So,
Totally.
um, I think that, um, okay, let me say this. If I'm in a situation that I think it might not be safe to be gay, I can butch it up a bit. Not, I might talk or walk a little bit differently. I might change not just my vernacular, but also the subject matter that comes out my mouth. I'm not going to talk about the things I tend to talk about. I just kind of like keep it cool, less is more, and that's it. Some people though, don't have that luxury. So like
Right.
I've got some pretty decent gay face, but some people like scream queer. And like no matter what they wear, how they talk, it's hard for them to tone it down. And like that's
Right.
scary in some places, you know.
Hmm.
That's like when okay, so uh after George Floyd passed away and there's a lot of protesting for Black Lives Matter, and I went to most of them. If I was off that day, you better believe it, I was out there. Um, but some of my friends were like, "We know what it's like, you know, being ostracized, you know, being queer." I'm like, "Well, I mean, we know what it's like to be singled out or ostracized, but we don't know what it's like to be black if we're not black. Like, we don't know
Right.
because like I can go to Southern Maryland and butch it up and no one's gonna know. But if you go to
Totally.
Southern Maryland with dark skin in some places in Frederick County, you can't do anything personality wise to change the way that you look. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
like no one's ever followed me around, a bodega and watched me like a hawk because I was wearing a hoodie. Like you can't really compare it. It's apples to
Hmm.
oranges. But I appreciate someone's sentiment. Anyway, my point is just that um, what I think people don't get about being queer is that, in New York, it's pretty progressive, but like I think that a lot of queer people, including myself, are scared to venture away from like progressive places. So
Hmm.
like I would love to go to Egypt, but you're not allowed to be gay there. And so that's off the table. And there are some places in Florida that look beautiful, but I'm scared to go there because I don't think it's safe for me. Um,
Hmm.
there's parts of Brazil, they're beautiful. There's also parts that have I think one of the highest percentages of like hate crimes towards queer people. So like it is
Wow.
scary. There's people that catfish try to get some ass. There's also people on queer apps that catfish and murder you.
That's
So
true.
like um I think that straight people are phenomenal allies, of course. But until you walk in the shoes of someone, I don't think it's easy to relate. I've had people say to me like, "Oh, I've hooked up with a guy before, I kissed a girl before, so I know what it's like." No, no, you don't. Unless you sat down with your mother and told her face to face that you are indeed a queer person, like you don't really know what it's like to walk in the shoes of a queer person, you know?
So, long story short, the answer is that you'll never truly understand what it's like to be a queer person, no matter how much of an ally you want to be. So, uh, and don't say that, oh, I totally get it to people, because you don't. I think that's a good
Just like I don't
summary.
know what it's like to be a Mexican like Carlos, but I celebrate every Cinco de Mayo
That's right.
alongside him, because
That's right.
I'm an ally.
We go get margaritas. It's a really good time.
We get
He lets
we
me pay
get
the
burrito
tab
butt.
too.
Yeah,
So what a nice guy. It's like you can pay.
yeah.
Anywho, we have. Let me see his email. Ugh, God, he sucks. He's. I was gonna ask him to hit the news button, but he's not even looking at me. He's not even paying attention. I don't even know if he knows. If Jimmy
You
knows
know
we're
what?
recording.
I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I saw a picture recently, and he doesn't look good. I thought I
No, he
wouldn't
doesn't.
recognize him on the street. He looks like a
No.
meth addict.
Yeah, he looks pretty bad. I don't know. I don't know where he got all those sores. He did say that he's been hanging out in Harlem a lot, though. So that kind of tracks.
Yeah,
But
he's like scratching himself. And he's like, oh, everyone's like, oh, it's mosquito bites. I'm like, does he sleep outside?
yeah, yeah, and he keeps asking me for $3.50, which is very specific. You know,
What is
I
that
almost thought he was the
for?
Loch Ness monster
A
from South
bagel?
Park, but I don't know. I think it might be something sketchier because Again, very weird behavior. But anyways, I'll just go ahead and hit it myself because we got some news, people. And this one, in a new biography of the lifestyle sorceress herself, Gwyneth Paltrow, it's revealed that the Goop Queen once called out an employee in a company-wide meeting for peeing on the toilet seat. That's right, peeing on the toilet seat. You'd think that this was a kindergarten bathroom briefing, but no, this was a Gwyneth's allegedly serene, spiritually elevated, $250 jade egg-powered Goop HQ. Instead of a wellness pep talk or a crystal-charged productivity huddle, employees retreated to their boss publicly wondering who was responsible for the mystery sprinkles. Gwyneth apparently said something like, "We're all adults here, but someone is peeing on the seat." And you just know she said it in that like perfectly calm, like judgmental whisper of hers, you know what I mean? That kind of feels like she's exercising your bladder through breath work. But look. We don't often find ourselves siding with the woman who tried to sell people a candle that smells like her vagina. But this time, I gotta say I'm with her. There's a fucking tyrannical toilet seat pisser among us, and they need to be stopped. And this wasn't just a slip up. This was a yellow rain of terror. Like, imagine being the poor person that has to poop, or your lady sit down to pee, or your CMO sit down to pee, and then you follow this person, and there's a fucking stream of pee on that toilet seat. That's disgusting. However, it makes me happy to imagine that poor pissing soul sitting through that meeting, sweating bullets, praying that his stream history doesn't come up in Slack. However, I have to say, this is how she handles bathroom etiquette. I can only assume there's like a Goop guide to pissing technique now somewhere in their wellness archives. So like step 1, you align your chakras. Step 2, you aim like your job depends on it. Step 3, release. But I don't know. It's very rare that I agree with Gwyneth Paltrow, but this is the second time in my life I found myself agreeing.
What was the first time?
She was talking about, this is when she was still married to the Coldplay guy.
Okay.
And she was on some show, I think Chelsea Handler or something. And basically, it came out that whenever they have a real argument and stuff, she solves it by giving him a blowjob. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh,
That's a
really?
great way to be happy. I agree. So now you got me twice, Gwyneth. I'm down. I hate people who pee on the seat and leave it there too. Like, who fucking raised you?
I would never. And even like, let's say like I took a dump in a public restroom and there's no like toilet brush, which there normally isn't in the public restroom. I will flush and flush and flush and flush and flush until like that browning batter is no more, you know?
Totally.
And I have to say that I had a situation in my job. I knew who the culprit was, but I didn't feel comfortable sitting down with that person one on one and being like, I know you're. I'm not watching you. I'm not watching you, but I do know it's you. You know what I mean? Because if they were, if I said I know it's you, they would say, "Well, how do you know?" And I'm like, So I spoke to the team as a whole, and I said, "All right, guys, listen. Like, I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is, but like, there's been some complaints about, yada yada. So if you guys can all collectively just do the best you can to prevent me hearing that kind of complaint ever again." And it got better because I guess whoever was in that room was like, "Oh, maybe it's me."
Awkward.
So I just talked to everyone as a whole. So I actually think that the way that she handled it, in front
It
of
was good.
everyone, is like the way that I would have handled it. I don't want to agree with her because I don't like her, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
dude. I guess to
And you know what?
show the world
Some
can
girls
be.
piss on the seat too. Everyone
Really? I
seems to
guess
be
they
guys.
hover. They hover
I,
over.
I had a coworker that always would like dribble after she hovered over on the front of
Ew.
the toilet seat. I'm like, how's this
Ew.
happen? And it's always like bright, like orange, like dark yellow,
Oh,
like
she's very dehydrated. I mean, she
very
drank mostly
dehydrated.
coffee all day.
I was concerned about her aim and her,
And her health.
her health,
You should wipe the
her water
toilet and
intake.
see a doctor, and that'll work
Yeah.
because something's wrong here.
Or just stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay home next time. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, fuck, man. It goes to show if Simo and I can both agree with something Gwyneth Paltrow is putting out there.
I know.
2025. There is hope for this world.
There is. That's true.
That means we can all join hands. We can all come together, people. So look at this as the bright side. Look at this as a turning of a page. We can do this. Like Rocky said in Rocky 4, CMO and I can change. Then you can change. Then we can all change. And we'll defeat Russia. Or I don't know who we're going to defeat. Mean people. We're going to defeat someone, though. So,
do you ever think that now with
together.
speaking of like Russia, do you think that people in other countries like whenever I've traveled internationally in the past, people have an idea about Americans. So like, oh, Americans are so like, like nose up in the air. But now I wonder, like, if I travel internationally, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you okay?" Like, you know what I mean? And so like, remember when we were younger and we had all these like videos of third world countries, and it's like for $1 a day, like you can feed a whole village. I wonder if they do that for us now. Like for $1 a day, like you can help this poor person have Medicaid. You know, I don't
And
know.
you have that song from the
Sarah
Celebs
McLachlan.
Strutters ads.
Oh.
And say, did you know that for $1 you can give this young American some McDonald's? And it shows Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, feed me. Yeah, I do.
His ankles are looking bad.
Yeah, he's not looking healthy at
Fucking
all.
fat ass.
I honestly, things like that could really lead to like a heart attack any day now because his circulation is bad. So keep an eye on his health. He's not looking great, I have to say. He's looking worse and worse every time I see him. And that's not wishing him ill. It's just if you have a set of eyes, you're watching him deteriorate very fast, since even from campaign season. But if you watch the man from, when he was president the first time to watching him talk now, it's a totally different guy. He's not looking good. And being president takes it out of you. So I don't know what the fuck, obviously he did it to get out of jail and take all the money that he could, but he is not looking good. Whatchamacallit. But what was I going to say? I totally forgot.
Sally Strother singing Sarah McLachlan.
Yes. But in Reddit, I have seen a lot of people someone asked that question, and a lot of people who travel internationally said that, at least like in Europe and stuff, they get asked often, like, first thing they get asked is, did you vote for him? And then once they say no, they're like, oh, thank God. Like, how are you goddamn Americans so stupid to vote for that fat, ugly man? And then they go into like the whole thing. But yeah, people are looking at Americans very curiously these days. They're kind of like, what the fuck, dude? So yeah, it's bad. But anywho, we got one more story for you because we are headed to Not the Drag Queens. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frat chatters of all ages, is a crazy one because this is going to be the first celebrity edition that we've had. Because forget again what you heard about drag queens being shady. This time, the real drama is coming to you from former Maroon 5 bassist Mickey Madden's house.
Really?
Because his wife just dropped an insane bombshell that's got way more chaos than your last binge watching session. Because let me tell you, it turns out that Mickey Madden was allegedly texting some younger fans with some seriously questionable shit. Sex messages, if you will. When the wife caught wind and grabbed his phone, the guy, Mickey, flicked the script, and suddenly it was like an action movie in their kitchen. He fucking slammed her, he shoved her, there was a barefoot chase around the house that honestly would make any fucking reality show jealous. Now, she says that Mickey tried to spin the whole thing as some kind of like fantasy role play. But come on, dude, that fucking excuse won't fly here. Really? Some role play? I mean, you're going to sex some teens? And after all the drama, she ended up getting a restraining order. And Mickey Madden announced that he's checking into rehab to get help. Because, yeah, good luck, buddy. And if you're wondering, this isn't even his first rodeo, because apparently he left Maroon 5 a few years back after like some domestic drama. So
in
consider this like the messy sequel. Yep. Consider this the messy sequel no one asked for. There's a court date coming soon as well, so stay tuned to the show for the latest on Celebrity Meltdown, the Mickey Madden edition, because we're definitely keep it posted on those details. But it goes to show no drag queens involved in this case, just a former fucking worldwide famous bassist
Do we think
creeping
was
on
he
kids.
conservative? Well, in
Nah.
2016, he was arrested on drug possession charges alongside James Gubelman, which was Ivanka Trump's ex-boyfriend. So maybe he hung
Wow.
out with some of the, the MAGA socialites. But I do just want to point out that Mickey married Kate Bowman in June of this year. So June 2025.
Wow.
And then 1 month later, she has a domestic violence restraining order against him.
There you
So
go.
doesn't look good so
There
far
you
for
go.
this 1 month-old marriage.
Yeah, no good. No good at all. That's like, dude, how are you gonna I just don't get how these fucking creeps are like into like little girls. Like fucking there are so many hot legal women in the fucking world. Why do you have to resort to kids? Is it the grooming thing? Is it that you feel cool? I don't know, but I don't want to know. I just want these fucking people to be put away or some shit. This is crazy, dude. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You can just tell I'm not gonna say any girl. You can just tell 6 out of 10 women that you meet that you were Maroon 5, and they're gonna want to go home with you. You gotta fucking go and hit
But I
up
also feel
teenagers.
like if you were in a Maroon 5, you're probably in your 40s, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, probably.
How old do we think he
How
is?
old is Mickey? Let's see.
He's 46.
Okay.
So
And he's not
even
hideous.
even if you're 46, even if you date a 30-year-old, it's still gonna feel like you like robbed the cradle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at
Because like
least that's
different
acceptable.
generation.
And women are way more mature than men. So even a 30-year-old with a 40-year-old, I don't care. My parents were 12 years apart, and sure, way back in the fucking day where that's how most parents were. But my mom was still more mature than my dad because definitely women are more mature. But you have to at least get to like your 30s and shit to reach your full maturity, in my opinion. So I don't give a fuck. Like, for example, like Leo, it's weird that she dates women up to 25. Very strange. I think because that means she's meeting them at like 18 and keeping them till 25 and letting them go. But if you're a fucking 50-year-old dating a 27-year-old, good for you. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. That's a grown ass adult who's making decisions, who's at least lived a life and can fucking tell that they're not being groomed or they are, whatever. But a fucking 17-year-old, no way, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's just crazy. It just blows my mind. I don't know.
Horrible.
That's just me. But anyways,
But also like like I also feel like do you want to get caught like when you put things like
yeah,
when
he's also a
when they're
moron. You're
on
gonna put him on
when there's
text.
texts or like online like when it's in writing, like I feel like you're asking to get caught. Like what's wrong with
Mm-hmm.
you?
Mm-hmm. That's why there will definitely. I mean, that's why I definitely want to do a follow up on this once he goes to trial. Because if those text messages come out, that man goes to jail. So we shall see what happens. But
Yeah.
definitely stay
What
tuned.
did we learn from this, Mickey? No more sexting. Instead, hang out with our fearless leader backstage of pageants and just
That's
grab them
right.
by the pussy.
That's right. That's all I gotta do is just
That's
be
what
friend with
America
the
voted
president.
for.
Woohoo! That's freedom, baby. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get to it because we have a great topic for you guys. This week, you gotta buckle up because today we're diving head first into the cringe zone, people. We're counting down the top 10 most facepalm worthy, eye-roll-inducing, and downright fake celebrity apologies ever served up here on the FratChat Podcast. And you know the ones. You've met these people. It's the classic, "Oh, I'm sorry you felt that way."
Oh, I
Or "I
hate that.
apologize." Right. "I apologize if anyone was offended." It's
Worse.
that bull crap that makes you want to throw your phone across the fucking room. And in fact, these apologies are so bad, they make you wonder if the celeb even knows what the word sorry means. We're talking about the kind of sorry that sounds less like regret and more like a PR team scrambling to save a fucking paycheck. So get ready to laugh, get ready to cringe, and maybe even get a little bit pissed off, because these sorry not sorry moments are absolute gold. So pour yourself a drink, clear those notifications, and let's roast these celebrity apologies like the champs we are. Because we're about to get wild here on the FratChat Podcast. We got some fun ones. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Mr. Mo, why don't you start us off?
Well, can I just start really quickly with which is a really quick honorable mention.
Yes, you can.
I don't remember the specifics, but Roseanne Barr was canceled because she, I think, made a racist comment about one of Obama's
She called someone
aides.
a monkey.
Yeah, like it was like White House aides.
Yeah, and a black lady. So, pretty bad.
But
and then she blamed it on Ambien.
Yeah, I feel like I can't speak for anyone else but me. But whenever, let's say, my husband and I got in an argument, it would be more impactful for me if he were to just say, "You know what? I should have done this. Like, I won't do it again. I am sorry." Okay.
Right?
As opposed to, "Well, I was drunk," or, "Well,
Yeah.
you said this, so then I said and did this." Like,
No,
that drives
totally.
me nuts. It's not tit for tat. Like, just own your shit. So if people
Yeah.
were able to own their shit, I would have a lot more respect for their apologies. But like, most of these are like half-assed.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'm not racist. The Ambien made me say it. It's like, that is the dumbest shit. What is there a side effect in the Ambien that says might cause drowsiness, slight racism? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's like, all I have to say. Even that, it's like, I said something really fucked up. I apologize, and that's it. Leave it at that. Or
Yep.
I didn't mean to compare her to a monkey in that way. I was just referring Planet of the Apes as a mess or something. Clarify the message a little bit in a way where you at least take the race out of it. But there's a million things you could have done that would have been heartfelt. You could have reached out to her and apologized directly. But no, you tweeted that no one should hold you accountable because you just had Ambien.
Yep.
She tweeted it. She didn't even publicly say it. So yeah, no, that was really bad. I think that helped to get her canceled just as bad as what she said. Like maybe she just doesn't even say anything. It would have been better. And she still would have stayed on TV. But that was fucking bad. That was a really bad apology. So it goes to show that these get so much worse that she's an honorable mention.
Yeah. Well, my first one, in his spare time, he acts, he produces, and as of late, he shoots people. Ooh.
Yeah, you can say he's killing it.
He's killing it. And 2007, and he was on a roll because he called his 11-year-old daughter a rude, thoughtless little pig in a leaked voicemail. And this is no other than the incredible Alec Baldwin. The apology that he issued in a public statement didn't really go well because he didn't directly apologize to his daughter in the statement, and the whole anyone who was offended line seemed little forced. So like when you're talking to an impressionable 11-year-old, like maybe you shouldn't refer to her as a pig. Maybe she's rude,
Yeah.
maybe she's thoughtless, but not a pig. And also,
And
I just want
leave
to
that
say
voicemail too. To your
the
fucking
word
kid.
pig bothers me so much. And like, I before I moved to Chicago, this is like maybe like 20 years ago. I was almost 20 years ago. Oh, was that it?
I found it.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay, 1 second. We got.
Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? And I want to leave a message for you right now, because again, it's 10:30 here in New York on a Wednesday. And once again, I've made an ass of myself trying to get to a phone to call you at a specific time. When the time comes for me to make the phone call, I stop whatever I'm doing, and I go when I make that phone call. At 11 o'clock in the morning in New York, and if you don't pick up the phone, at 10 o'clock at night, and you don't even have that goddamn phone turned on. I want you to know something, okay? I'm tired of playing this game with you. I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time. You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old, or that you're a child, or that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the ass who doesn't care about what you do as far as I'm concerned. You have humiliated me for the last time with this phone. And when I come out there next week, I'm going to fly out there for the day just to straighten you out on this issue. I'm going to let you know just how disappointed in you I am and how angry I am with you that you've done this to me again. You've made me feel like shit, and you've made me feel like a fool over and over and over again. And this crap you pull on me with this goddamn phone situation that you would never dream of doing to your mother, and you do it to me constantly and over again. I am going to get on a plane, and I'm going to come out there for the day, and I'm going to straighten your ass out when I see you. Do you understand me? I'm going to really make sure you get it. Then I'm going to get on a plane, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to come home. So you better be ready Friday, the 20th, to meet with me. So I'm going to let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
To replay this message.
Jesus.
Yikes. I mean, that's horrible. And like,
Whew.
you know, here's the thing. I think it's overreacted over a phone call, like whatever. Dude.
Yeah.
But maybe, you know, I worked with kids before, and like some of them are rude and thoughtless. Like she might be a little bitch of a kid,
Yeah, but you don't do that.
kids are so impressionable. And like, how would you feel? Like, you know, bullies are pretty intense in school, but how would you feel if your child's first bully was you? And your child's
Totally.
first memory of being bullied is coming home or like getting phone calls from mommy or daddy calling her worse things than what kids at school call. Like you want to be your
Totally.
child's hero, not their bully. What a fucking asshole. Stop shooting people, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, it's wild. That is a over 2-minute voicemail that he left. And he says in the middle of it, I don't care if you're a fucking child. I don't care if you're 11 or 12 years old. Like, come on, dude. Kids, like, what the fuck? The fact that the little pig thing came at the end of that and wasn't even the worst thing that he said to her just speaks volumes to what the fuck he was saying. Because honestly, that's the kind of phone call you leave like your biggest enemy. You know what I mean? Someone who fucked you up real bad. He took your wife or your husband or something, or robbed you or something. That's the kind of call you leave that person. I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna fucking straighten you up. You know, like that is a tirade. That is not a, I'm mad at you, I'm disappointed at you. That's not a parental phone call. That's how you talk to your biggest fucking enemy, the person who fucked you over the most in life. Like, no 11-year-old deserves that. Like, for God's sakes, like, come on. So it sounds like there's a little bit of narcissism in there, and Alec Baldwin, that he probably thinks, oh, if I'm calling you, I own you, so you should pick up the fucking phone. That's what that kind of sounds like to me. But again, we don't know the full story.
I get the sense
maybe she is a shitty kid.
I don't know for sure, but I get the sense that he felt so what was the word I'm looking for? He felt so inconvenienced that he had to call her at a particular time as opposed to being there like in person. He's like, I'm doing the best I can by calling you on the phone, you know, at our scheduled time. Like, well, that's not that much. Like, you're not with her all day. Okay, you made a phone call and she didn't answer. Like, get over it, dude.
No, totally. It's literally a fucking phone call. Like, just Call her back or say, I'm disappointed in you for not answering the goddamn phone. But no, it's fucking wild to me. It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense that he would blow up like that. It sounds like there's way more to life going on. But yeah, perfect. Anyways, Alec Baldwin, that's a bad one. That's a really bad one. And I mean, the apology is also like ridiculous. Like, come on, dude.
Agreed. What's next? What do you have next?
Okay, so for my first one, I'm going to take you guys to former
Mexico?
Glee girl. Yes, back to Mexico for Mexican Independence Day. Oh, yeah. So we're going to Leah Michelle, the former Glee girl, who in June 2020 faced widespread backlash after her former Glee co-star Samantha Marie Ware accused her of making the set a living hell, citing racial microaggressions and even a humiliating incident in which Michelle allegedly threatened to shit in Ware's wig. Damn. Ware's tweet went viral, garnering support from fellow alumni like Amber Riley, Alex Newell, and Heather Morris, who described Michelle as hostile, withholding, and emotionally manipulative. The controversy started after Michelle posted a Black Lives Matter tweet, prompting Ware to call out years of toxic behavior that had gone unchecked behind the scenes. So this prompted Michelle to issue a public apology via People magazine on June 3rd, as you apologize to people, you go on People magazine, and saying, whether it was my privileged position and perspective that caused me to be perceived as insensitive or inappropriate at times, I apologize for my behavior and for any pain which I may have caused. She added that, of course, she didn't remember making specific remarks, but acknowledged what matters is that I clearly acted in ways which hurt other people. She then called herself unnecessarily difficult, promised to grow, and framed the backlash as a wake-up call instead of ahead of motherhood. However, critics pounced on her repeated use of the words like perceived to deflect responsibility, and Samantha Ware cheekily tweeted, perceived, pursed, open your purse, implying Michelle was blaming perception rather than her own actions. Co-stars like Riley Morris agreed the apology lacked real accountability and felt manufactured for image repair more than from genuine reflection, which is so true. This sounds like a message crafted by a PR person to try to deflect, and then make him seem like, oh, don't worry, I'm growing from this. It's like your typically crafted shitty PR statement. So it's like no accountability. Again, you also did this on People magazine, so you're trying to get publicity out of this as opposed to actually solving the problem with the person themselves. And so I don't know. My BS meter went off when this happened, and the sad thing is I don't even watch Glee. This is how I came to know this person. I remember when this happened, and I was like, oh shit, she was awful. So
She just looks like a bitch to me, right?
Better. Yeah, resting bitch face for sure. But that's also, I wonder if that's hindsight 2020 though for me, because I don't really know her that well, but she definitely has that face of I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna shit on your bag if you piss me off. It's crazy though, man. It's crazy. Who knew someone in Glee would be threatening to shit on people's properties behind the scenes?
Yeah, that's pretty awful. I mean, I would do it, but it's awful.
That's right.
I'm awful.
I expect this from you and not from Leah Michelle.
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy, what are you doing? Protect people's bags. But no, what a jackass. I just hate these fake ass apologies. And we're going to get so much more of them. But like these PR crafted statements that that she didn't even write herself. And that she probably, the only message that she told her team was like, make sure that you put in there that I don't remember any of it. And like that it's like, I'm sorry I feel this way. But other than that, that's it. Just make it look nice. This is definitely
I believe that. Well, my next jackass. One is another jackass, and he's currently running for New York City mayor. His name is Andrew Cuomo, and during 2020, he was like what a champion, what a hero, we thought he was like on our side during COVID, and then turns out in 2021 he had multiple sexual harassment allegations from his coworkers. So multiple women accused him of inappropriate behavior. So I don't really remember him like apologizing. I just remember him denying allegations, but said if women felt uncomfortable, it was not his intention. So it wasn't necessarily an apology for the behavior, but more like a justification for the way it was received. Does that make sense?
And it goes back to, I'm sorry you perceived that I was touching your lower back or harassing you. I swear I wasn't. It was just how you perceive the reality.
Where there's
of
smoke,
my hand
there's
being on the fucking
fire.
titty. Yeah. And he's definitely rubbing that woody together to make some fire. But yeah, like, come on, dude. It's definitely like, this is the kind of shit where you gotta own it. It's uncomfortable, but you're the one that put yourself there. And a lot of people, a lot of guys, especially that generation, are guilty of doing the shit. Oh, a girl's passing by, you put your hand on her lower fucking waist to guide her through or whatever. The touching and the extra handsiness. A lot of those people in that generation did that shit, and they thought it was normal. And a lot of them ended up getting Me Too'd later on. So it wouldn't shock me if he's part of that generation that did that shit. Like, you'll be like, I'm sorry. I got handsy. I didn't mean to. Anybody who actually felt uncomfortable, come talk to me. Like, let's fucking address this. I promise to grow. I promise to change. But no, he made it seem like he really bears no responsibility here. And that's shitty. Like, I'm sorry. You have too much power to get away with an answer like that. In my opinion.
This sounds so random, but because you said hands on the lower back. But when I was like a kiddo in school, remember like we would do slow dancing at dances, and the girls would put their hands on the guy's shoulders, and the guys would put their hands around the girl's waist. But I could never remember like, wait, where do I put my hands, on the shoulders or the waist? But I always remembered it because when I was in school, it was common for girls to wear like jeans that were like lowriders, but also wear shirts that weren't like long enough, and so a lot of their bellies were hanging out. And I remember dancing this girl who was pleasantly plump, and like the only exposed skin was her love handles, and that's what I held on to. I remember being like, oh, the only place that I like, the place I'm supposed to hold you while we're dancing on your side, that's the only place that's not covered up by fabric. And I would never forget that. So when people say like what's his name? Andrew Cuomo like touches the lower back. I'm like, it's probably sweaty down there. Like, who wants to touch someone's lower back anyway?
Yeah. Like, especially in New York. A hot summer day. So I can just imagine you're in your school dance, so like one of those like electrical bowls.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so shitty. I'm going to hell. Oh, poor girl. Well, don't say that. Don't add that sound. That's not helping us. Oh god, so you just go.
I still think people should touch people.
Well, that's better. You're clarifying what you meant. But yeah, I agree. I mean, come on, Andrew Cuomo. Just say you don't know how to talk to women anymore or some shit. There's anything you could have said would have been better than what you did, in my opinion. That's like a bottom of the barrel PR statement. And it goes back to maybe like politicians thinking that people are stupid. It's like, oh yeah, they'll buy this shit. Move on. It's like, come on, dude. Who you all, especially when you're governor, you have like teams of people that these statements go up a chain of command. Like, this is not just reviewed by one person. This is written by one guy or girl who then send it off to someone else, and then they send it up to get reviewed, and they send it off to the press secretary who then reviews the shit, and then you go and send it to the person, to Cuomo or whoever the politician is, and then they fucking read it and say, yeah, this is good or this is bad. And someone wrote this, who then sent it to someone who said, this is great. Who sent it to someone who said, this is great. He sent it to Cuomo who said, this is great. And here we are. So, yeah, makes it extra worst.
Maybe they should hire a woman as part of their PR team. Maybe they consult with the woman.
Probably.
I think that they're just afraid that he can't keep his hands off of her. So like,
that's true.
Maybe that's an indication that you shouldn't like work anymore, retire.
That's true. Do it via Zoom. So
yeah, move someplace where they don't know you.
So, Mr. Cuomo, can you stop touching the screen? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like we don't want you to touch the screen, but we also don't want you to play with your nipple ring either. Can you just put your hands down and settle them?
Oh, I didn't know that made you uncomfortable. Ew. Anywho, on to the next one. This one blew my mind when it happened because I do remember this in real time. This was Shia LaBeouf in late 2013 when he dropped this short film called HowardCantor.com, which lit up film nerd Twitter in the worst way. And why? Because it turned out that the script was basically copy and pasted from cartoonist Daniel Clowes's 2007 graphic novella, Justin M. Damiano. He was given no credit, no nod, and not even a half-ass, like, inspired by at the end of the film or the beginning. And fans caught that shit instantly. And the crazy thing is, when the plagiarism went wild, Shia LaBeouf issued an apology on Twitter saying, in my excitement and naivete, I don't know how to say that word, being naive, as an amateur filmmaker, I got lost in the creative process and neglected to follow proper accreditation, which would have been fine. It said it turns out that entire apology was also plagiarized from a Yahoo Answers post.
No.
Chuck, he literally Googled apologies and then he literally copied and pasted someone else's heartfelt internet reply as his own apology for copying someone else. You can't make this shit up. But it didn't stop there. He doubled down with a performance art level PR disaster by hiring one of those skywriters on airplanes to fly over LA, spelling out, I am sorry, Daniel Clowes on the sky, even though Clowes lived hundreds of fucking miles away north in Oakland. So he probably didn't see it. And then Shia LaBeouf then followed that with a string of like increasingly bizarre like meta tweets about like apologies, clouds, and servers, trying to spin the whole thing as like an exploration of authorship and authenticity, which, you know, it's like, oh, it was an experiment, I guess. And then, of course, Clowes' camp was not impressed, and his editor said the apology felt weird and performative, which it was, while fans roasted him for trying to turn theft into a theater. And what started as a short film became like a long flaming wreck of an apology tour that was just as stolen as the art that kicked it off. So it's like, dude, come on, Shia LaBeouf. You're going to plagiarize the apology?
Bad news.
Plagiarizing the thing? What the fuck were you thinking?
He's not well.
No, and this is when he was acting real crazy. Like now he's been low key, and I think, I don't know, maybe better. But this is when he was like getting drunk and like touching people in a cabaret, you know, like going around punching people. This was like he was going through something during this time. But that's fucking like, do you honestly think that someone of your level can plagiarize something and no one's gonna know, especially word for word? Like,
I wonder if someone was like, I wonder if someone in the other guy's camp was like, it seems nice, but I feel like I've heard it before, right? I've heard it. You've heard it. Yeah, we've all heard it before. Who said that? Let's Google it.
Right? The apology was to be or not to be. That is the question. So I think I've heard that before. That sounds so familiar. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. He was just quoting his favorite works. But come on, Shia. Like that one is just ridiculous.
And I feel like because later in 2016 is when Melania stole Michelle Obama's
Yep.
speech,
Yep.
but
Word for word.
you know, she should have learned from Shreya's example. You shouldn't steal things that don't belong to you, because you'll get
Totally.
roasted.
Totally.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know how she didn't find out about the scandal and fucking learn from that. Melania should have really known better.
yeah. Well, next up,
But
just out of curiosity, have you ever heard from Paula Dean ever again? Has she done anything?
no, I don't think so.
Oof.
Last time,
Well, maybe she
not
shouldn't have
since.
said the N word.
Yeah, not since then.
So what happened was in 2013, Paula Dean, who was always like, add more butter. Like, what do we need? Butter. So it's probably a good thing that she's not on the air anymore, because she was just like probably the biggest contributing factor to heart disease. Cardiologists probably can breathe again without like an influx of patients coming directly from her kitchen. So Paula Dean admitted to using the N word and was accused of racial discrimination. So she released multiple versions of her apology. Some were like teary-eyed, some were scripted, and she was begging for forgiveness. But it failed because the tone changed across the videos, making them appear coached and desperate to save
Right.
her brand rather than being like genuinely remorseful, right? So I don't know. I think that again, like you said earlier, there's an art to apologizing. If it's heartfelt and it's genuine, then maybe we'll give you some leeway. But like, if it's just a means to an end because your PR team is telling you to, then like we can see through that.
Right. Right. And speaking of Paula Dean, actually, I just Googled her to see what she's up to.
Is she
24
dead?
hours ago. No, no, she's not dead, but
Oh,
she abruptly just shut down the restaurant that was her like claim to fame uh, in Savannah, Georgia. Said like literally, it was called the Lady and Sons that she ran with her two kids, Jamie and Bobby Dean. And apparently, they announced a heartfelt decision, in quotations, that the day prior, July 31st, had been their last day of service for not only the Lady and Sons, but nearby eatery, the Chicken Box, as well. No explanation was given, but the decision seems unexpected. As just over a week ago, they were using the same account to encourage their patrons to come cool down with their Savannah lemonade. And they also left contact information for customers who were left with outstanding reservations, catering orders, and gift cards. So literally, um, like it was like a pick up and go situation to shut down a
wow.
restaurant like that. So I wonder what happened. That sounds crazy. Something's going on in her life.
I know what happened. She's probably like, "Don't all lives matter?" And we're like, "Paula, Paula, we talked about this."
You
Jeez
just don't get
Louise.
it. I'm sorry. I just took a little Ambien.
She said, I know what it's like to be discriminated against. I'm a woman. She's like, I know what it's like to be black. No, you don't.
That's right.
Paula, stop it. You don't know what it's like to be a person of color.
Oh,
Oh my
Paula.
gosh, you're wealthy and you're privileged. And like with your southern accent, it sounds even worse.
Yeah. And then she used to own a plantation or something.
Oh God. I mean, that checks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she did. Uh, did Paula Dean own a plantation? Yeah, Louisiana, I think it is. Yeah, apparently she did. But and her ancestors owned slaves. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that it's passed down from generation to
Uh-huh.
generation.
I could have told
Racism.
you that. Anywho, who's next on your list?
On to the next one. We're going to go to someone we've spoken at length here over the years, and it is
Marsha
Mel
Taylor
Gibson.
Green. Oh,
Yes, Argentina. Almost. They're close. They look very similar, actually.
yeah.
Especially when he had the mullet and Lethal Weapon. Well, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You could have played Marjorie Taylor Greene back then. However, in 2006, during a DUI arrest, Mel Gibson launched into this weird anti-Semitic tirade, allegedly calling the officer Jewish, who he wasn't even Jewish, and blaming the Jews for all the wars. Then he ended up making like this strange public apology later via statement and an interview on Diane Sawyer,
Oh, I remember
where he
that.
Yep. Where he blamed alcohol for a moment of insanity. And he said he'd seek reconciliation by meeting with Jewish leaders and entering recovery. However, critics noted he still asked Jewish communities to help him emotionally heal, making his apology sound more self-serving than remorseful, because he's not even trying to help the community that he lashed out
Offended.
against. He wants to
Yeah.
help himself heal. So even like fellow actors expressed skepticism. And although Mel Gibson then went on to claim long-term sobriety and growth, many say that apology lacked real emotional ownership and stayed hostage to his own need for redemption instead, which I agree. So after that, it was a while before Mel Gibson actually got Hollywood work again, which I very much understand. Especially, I believe that's called biting the hand that feeds you, considering
Yes.
there's quite a lot of Jewish people in the entertainment industry. So I don't know why the fuck he would be that stupid. But, like, come on, dude. Really?
No, I'm not very religious myself, but like I always wonder, like, why are some Christians so mean to people of the Jewish faith, considering that Jesus was Jewish? Like, there's so much overlap. Like,
Yeah,
you'd think there'd be some mutual respect there, but
totally.
like, you know,
Totally. But they're like, the Jews killed Jesus. It's like this whole thing. I mean, this is just a quick little tidbit because we would totally get sidetracked. But all you got to look at is, the how many people have died in the name of making Christianity a thing, whether it's in the Latin Americas, the discoveries, whether it's the Crusades and shit in the Middle East. All these people, thousands and millions of people, have been murdered in the name of a religion whose first commandment is "Thou shalt not kill."
hmm
So take that as you will. But anywho, yeah, Mel Gibson, uh, he's another one that he's had some wild voicemails too. So we will
Yep.
not play it. But I can see him talking about the Jews very much like that voicemail. He goes into this like evil tone. The Jews will take over.
Yeah,
It sounds like
even
he's
his
saying,
like
"What's up?"
ex-wife, his baby mama is like, please don't come to the house anymore. Like, please keep your distance. And then wasn't Donald Trump gonna like give him his guns back? And
Yeah,
everyone's like,
Donald
maybe we
Trump
shouldn't.
appointed him, which it's funny because he found out through watching TV. He had no idea it was coming to a committee to make like Hollywood less woke or something, and to make the whole film industry as a whole less woke. And I actually have no idea what's happened with that ever since the announcement was made. I'm pretty sure it was just, we're talking about made up titles. I'm pretty sure that was that case. But yeah, that was supposedly short. And I mean, it tracks honestly with the Trump administration. You got to point the guy who says the Jews are the cause to all the issues to lead the organization. His base believes that the Jews control the weather and have space lasers, for God's sakes. So it
Well,
kind of tracks.
if I ever meet him, I'm gonna shake his hand and say Shabbat Shalom.
That's right, L'chaim.
I say, is
Someone
that
called him.
triggering? Why?
Someone called him Reverend Mel once after the fact to give him some shade after the fact. I forgot who it was. It was a famous Jewish actor who saw Mel Gibson somewhere, like some award show or something like that. And literally, this was right after it came out. So Mel Gibson went to say hi to him, and the guy was like, "Oh, Reverend Mel." And Mel Gibson, "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it." But I love that, shading him. "Oh, Reverend Mel." That
When
was
you were
great.
younger, did you ever do those like questionnaires in school where they would help you determine like some like
Like your
paths for
job?
life, like your job?
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah.
mine would say, I remember one time it was like farmer, magician, rabbi. And I was like, what?
That sounds like a good porn.
Yeah.
Or the beginning of a joke. A farmer, a magician, and a rabbi walk into the bar. There's something there.
And
There's
guess who was
something there.
there? Mel Gibson. Wasted.
And the rabbi ran.
Yeah,
Run, rabbi, run.
I would too. Well, next one up, I have this is disappointing because I used to think he was such a talented actor. Because I love the movie American Beauty, but I won't watch it anymore because of Kevin Spacey. Can't keep his hands to himself.
Yeah.
So he was accused of sexual misconduct in 2017. What happened was there's an actor, Anthony Rapp, who people might remember from I think he was in like Adventures in Babysitting. He was in maybe the original cast of Rent, I think, right?
Really? I
Anthony
had no
Rapp.
idea. That's crazy.
Let me confirm it because now I feel like I'm talking about my ass. I do make things up. I don't mean to. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry,
yeah, yeah.
guys.
Anthony
Hulk
Rapp.
Hogan's kid didn't kill anybody. I'm sorry. Okay, so he's a very talented actor. But apparently, um, according to Anthony Rapp, Kevin Spacey made some sexual advances towards Anthony Rapp when Anthony was 14.
Ooh.
So Kevin Spacey like apologized, then deflected by coming out as gay in the same statement,
Mhm.
which I thought was like, first of all, it's offensive to the gay community because you're kind of correlating like pedophilia with homosexuality
And
in the
he
same
did it as a
sentence.
way where it was like, oh no, you guys, it's not what it seems. I may have made him uncomfortable, but I'm gay. Celebrate me. Like it was like that type of apology where he
Yeah,
expected now then to lift his arms and the gay community would raise him into the heavens. And oh no, it's okay, guys, because he's gay. He's so brave. Like that's what he was going
I
for.
agree. He uses coming out to distract us from the very serious accusations, and
Mhm.
it offended both queer people and victims of abuse. So
Totally. Totally. It's like
horrible.
it's another one where clearly his PR team must have dumped him and he was like, okay, I'm gonna act my fucking way out of this one. This is, you know what will get me some redemption if I come out of the closet. It's a perfect time to do it. Everyone's doing it. All the kids love the gays. Hey everyone, I'm not a rapist, I'm gay.
But can you can you imagine if like let's say I get arrested because I beat someone to a pulp on the bus, and then at my trial I'm like, I'm really sorry about that, but hey, I just got my license. Okay, good for you,
Yeah.
but like you still shouldn't like touch people, you
It
know?
turns out I always wanted to be a boxer, you guys, and I got my boxing license. Yes, I'm gonna do it, you guys. I'm gonna do it. But you punched an old man in the giant for cutting you off in the pie line, and there was no line in the pie line. You just punched him. Yeah, no, it was the most performative, self-serving apology I've seen in quite some time. Watching this man try to just turn it around, and I'm not gonna lie, it's also ballsy because you're either a complete dumbass or you have balls the size of fucking grapefruits to pull that out to try that one. Oh no, I'm not, guys. I'm not a rapist. I'm gay. Love me.
And now he lives in Baltimore, Maryland. He lives a very humble life because he's in like crazy
Yeah, he's
debt.
broke.
And he went on some show like crying about like how he has no money and how it's so hard. Boo-hoo-hoo. Like,
Yeah, it was an
okay,
award
well
show.
then don't touch minors. No, there's like a news like after hour show,
Oh
like
god,
not
yeah,
like not
yeah,
like Bill O'Reilly, but like one of those, you know. And
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah,
the British guy, what's his name?
yeah. Piers Morgan.
Yeah, he was on Pierce Morgan crying about it. He's like, I have no money. I have so many like court and legal fees. Boo hoo hoo. It's like, okay, well, then don't touch children, and then you
Yeah,
wouldn't be in
I'm
a
gonna say a
situation.
phrase that people like him say all the time. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. So there
Yes,
you
I heard
go.
that on Full House, and I never forgot it.
Uh-huh. That's right. And they took Joey for touching Michelle. It was a
Yeah.
canceled episode. Yeah, well, here we go, Michelle. Ew, get that out of there, Uncle Joey. Canceled. That's why they called it Full House. Full of fingers. Anyway,
It's like I didn't touch her. No, but the woodchuck puppet
that's right.
did, and your
It
hand
wasn't
was
me,
in
it
the
was the
puppet.
puppet. Uncle Joey doing voices in jail.
Yeah. Did somebody say wood? Yeah, my wood in your asshole.
I can see him like, making someone his bitch in jail with the puppet. Give me your beans, bitch, or pull down your pants.
Yeah,
You might want to listen
exactly.
to him. He's crazy, man.
hmm
Anyways, I got two more on my end. I believe you only got one, so we're down to the final three here on this.
Final countdown.
I'm using my
What a
back
good
scratcher
song.
as a microphone, even though I have an actual microphone right next to me. It makes no sense. But anyways, for my number two, I'm going to go with Doja Cat in 2018, when this one, she got in huge trouble when she admitted on Twitter that she uses the slur. You can say it, Timo. I can't. It rhymes with maggots and it starts with an F. You can say it. I can't say it. But she used that slur.
Is it faggot?
Yeah, that's right. And she admitted
Okay.
that she used the slur to describe Tyler, the Creator, and Earl Sweatshirt, who is the musicians that were a duo at the time, all of high school, and wondered aloud that disqualified her from receiving support. Even buying gaslight ridicule with, I said it 15,000 times. And her quasi apology described it as youthful ignorance, asked if her fans believed in her, and it literally went a little something like this. This is an I quote. I called a couple of people F words when I was in high school in 2015. Does this mean I don't deserve support? Like, I've said F maggot roughly like 15,000 times in my life. Does saying F maggot mean you hate gay people? Do I hate gay people? I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay. However, of course,
Well,
the
I
internet
think we're better
destroyed
than
her.
okay.
Yeah, right. The internet wasn't buying it and immediately tore her apart. So she then deleted this tweet and later reposted like a toned down version, which was definitely more workshop by her PR agent. And it went a little something like this. I have used horrible, derogatory, and hateful words toward people out of ignorance. I just want you guys to know that you're incredibly special and I hold you deeply to my heart. I'm sorry for anyone I offended or hurt deeply. You're all worth love and support. No one deserves to be discriminated against for their race, religion, or sexual orientation in any angle or sense. I don't want you to look at me as a role model. I just want you to hear my music, and the joy that you take from that is the most important part. I love making music with you. Thank you for everything to this day. Which is clearly like, it's kind of like when you know Donald Trump has tweeted something versus when you know like his team crafted it, because his tweets are in like all capital letters. Everything's misspelled. There's like no commas or punctuation in anything. It looks like a fucking toddler wrote it, versus like when someone important dies and his PR team's like, I am so sad to see the death of so and so. You know what I mean? This is literally look at the last tweet when she's like, just saying F maggot means you hate gay people? Do I hate gay people? I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is okay. To, I have used horrible, derogatory, and hateful words toward people out of ignorance. Like, come on, bro. You didn't write that second thing. You begged your PR agent to write that, to fucking fix the shit, and that's what you did. So of course,
I have a
the
quick
internet
message.
didn't buy that either.
I have a quick message for Shia LaBeouf. If you're listening, you should probably hire Doja Cat's PR agent, because that response was a lot better than what you copied and pasted.
Yeah, right. You can copy and paste this one.
This is a good one.
Definitely better. Now, if she would have posted that first, then I would have been fine. But it's like the quick delete of the awful thing to then this, where you know someone wrote that for you. It's like, come on, dude. It's like she went to Chat GPT, you know, it's like, hey, Chat GPT, make me less racist. that's what she did. But that's why I hate it. The second statement is obviously a lot better, but it comes in the heels of deleting the first one, so you know what your true words are versus something crafted by your team. So it fucked her. But Jesus, Doja Cat, I had no idea that she was so fucking dumb. Like, geez. But
Well,
that's Doja.
Doja, do better.
Mm-hmm.
My last one doesn't surprise me, unfortunately, and I don't think that we've heard the last of it, because I have a feeling that he might be on a list somewhere, And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump because he doesn't apologize. And we're talking about people who've had really bad apologies. We don't even get an apology from Donald Trump. He just rather blame Obama and Biden. So,
Right.
my last one is Bill Clinton's public apology regarding Monica Lewinsky, who is like, I can't imagine what it was like to be Monica Lewinsky during that drama. She was probably the most hated person, which is not fair because she was young and was taken advantage of, and she's a cute girl, a nice person. So I'm glad that she's gotten some redemption in the later years, especially during the Me Too movement. But okay, so Bill Clinton's apology about the Monica Lewinsky scandal wasn't well received because it came late. It was seen as like calculated to me at least, and
Mhm.
it still dodged full accountability. So to backtrack a bit, in January 1998, Bill Clinton famously said, um, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky." Um, that statement turned out to be a lie. And then months later,
Yeah.
under mounting legal and political pressure, including DNA evidence, which was like fucking weird to me. Like, who saves that stuff? But she saved it. He admitted to an inappropriate relationship. So on August 17th, 1998, he said, and I quote, "Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. I misled people, including even my wife. I deeply regret that." So I feel a couple things. Um, I feel like he only admitted what he had to. So the apology only came after he got caught. Because if he wasn't caught, then we still would have just digested the lie that he gave us the first time around. He
Right.
didn't take initiative to come clean. It looked like just damage control from a PR agency, I guess. So not like genuine remorse. Um, Secondly, he focused more on others than Monica Lewinsky. So he apologized to his wife, his daughter, his staff, but never to Monica. So I think that she deserves an apology. In fact, he portrayed himself as a victim of a political witch hunt, saying, "This matter is between me, the two people I love most, my wife and daughter, and our God." Okay, well, um, I'm still waiting for you to apologize to Monica Lewinsky. And you ruined a nice dress of hers with your load.
I will
The
say the one thing is that he fucked. Well, actually, before finish what you're saying, and then I'll go piggyback.
well, the third thing that I thought was stupid was that he like scolded others during the apology. So he attacked independent counsel Ken Starr for the investigation's tactics. He said, and I quote, "It's time to stop the pursuit of personal destruction and the prying into private lives." You got caught, and they did what they're supposed to do. They investigate things. You were wrong. You lied under oath. You're an ass. And then the last thing I thought was just weird is that he avoided the word sex and the word affair. So the phrasing was very vague. He just kept saying inappropriate relationship because he didn't want to say that like what he did, and that is he shoved his cock into Michael Lewinsky's mouth under the desk in the Oval Office when he should have been like saving the free world.
Totally. And so here's where I think he talks about how this is a witch hunt, whatever. Maybe initially it was, but the minute that he lied under oath about the affair, it becomes a crime, which then it led to an investigation and led to everything, an
Impeachment.
impeachment, whatever. The impeachment is not because Bill Clinton had an affair on his wife. No, the impeachment was because Bill Clinton lied under oath about having said affair with his on his wife. That then makes this an impeachable offense. All he had to do from the very beginning was say, "Yeah, I did. I banged her. I had an affair. I'm gonna go to therapy or whatever and fix this with my wife." And sure, his image would have taken a beating, but it would have been over. And then there's no crime. There's nothing to investigate. And literally, like, sure, there's a couple of rounds in the media about it, and it probably would have faded away. But it's him lying that directly made it a crime. I will say, I don't necessarily agree that he needed to apologize to her during that time, though, because while there was the power, obviously, difference there, if you read what Monica Lewinsky said about it, like, it was like she was old enough to know that an affair is not good. She was in her 20s and a White House aide at this point. So she thought that Bill Clinton was eventually going to leave his wife to go for her, which, is not good. So while I know that he did use the power dynamics probably to, hey, my God, the president of the United States wants to bang me, I'm going to, hell yeah, who doesn't? But she also knew what she was doing, and that's why she kept the dress as well. Because she knew that towards the end, okay, I think this asshole is going to fucking try to screw me, so I'm going to keep something to screw him too. So I think that if you're having an affair, you got to apologize to your family. You don't apologize to the person that you're having the affair with who knew you had a family. So I'm fine with him not apologizing during that. What I do think he should apologize for is trying to then throw her under the bus as kind of like, oh, she seduced me, I couldn't resist type thing that he did after the fact. And he pretty much tried to deflect from his blame by allowing everybody else to come at her in the most salacious way. Whereas he could have just said, listen, I had a moment of weakness with this woman. I'm to blame. Ultimately, I was the president of the United States. She wasn't. We both were complicit in this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to her for getting destroyed by the media while I fucking am not getting it as bad. Please stop coming after her, type of thing. Like, he could have done something. And so I do think he needs to apologize for that. But during that apology to your wife, I'm sure if imagine being the wife. I'm sure if you're sitting there and your husband's apologizing to you for cheating on you, if he fucking happens to bring up the person that he's cheating with to apologize to her, you're going for his balls. Like, you're fucking Lorena Bobbiting him. Then
I get that, but I do think better late than ever.
After the fact,
I think
he
that
should have done something.
The Clintons, especially Hillary, I think they both owe Monica a big apology, because that poor young girl didn't sign up to be on the cover of every magazine around the world.
Yeah, but that's
She
also not
was an
Hillary's fault.
intern.
I don't blame Hillary for it. Hillary got
I don't
cheated
blame
on
Hillary
by
for
these
it,
people.
but I do
She
think
should be
that,
mad.
but as a powerful woman, she should acknowledge the fact that the one doing the cheating is the number one culprit. Now she's still with him. They work things out and whatever that works for her, whatever. It's not my business. But he was in the wrong. And
Yeah,
I do
I think
think
he should
that
apologize, and I'm with that. But the person getting cheated on should never fucking apologize to the person doing the cheating. Hillary didn't fucking put her in the tablets. You know what I mean? Hillary was the victim in all this. So I get Bill apologizing, but that's like absurd. Imagine you get cheated on and now you have to apologize to the person who fucking ruined your life too, because
I think Monica
that
was a
ruined her
victim
political
too.
dreams too. No one
Yes.
ever let that go. And the
Oh,
Republicans
of
were,
course.
she's weak because she fucking went back to Bill after the affair and they pounced on, and it literally ruined her life too. So no, I don't think Hillary needed to apologize. I think Bill should have fucking been put on his big boy pants and been the one to apologize. But no, I don't think you need to ask the wife to apologize. Fuck that. But this is a really good number one. And
You have a great
show,
number
hey,
one.
Magas, are you listening? Look who we put at number one. We didn't put your boy on the list because, well, he doesn't apologize like CMO says, but look what we put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for the last one, we're going to take it from one Bill to the other Bill, because now we're going for CMO's former hero. We're going to Bill Cosby, the black dude. Because before his downfall became synonymous with the Me Too movement, Bill Cosby was already planting red flags with the subtlety of a foghorn. And in 2006, after Andrea Constant accused him of drugging and assaulting her, Cosby issued a brief public statement that stopped well short of owning up. His words? He was, and I quote, sorry for giving the impression of impropriety. That's right. Not sorry for drugging her. Not sorry for slipping her pills. Just sorry that she thought it was creepy. So it's like the kind of apology you'd expect from a guy caught jerking off in a dressing room. Like, oh, I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. I thought we were vibing. Yeah, it's fucking wild. And behind the scenes, things were even worse because in a previously sealed 2005 deposition, Cosby admitted that he obtained Quaaludes to give to women that he wanted to have sex with, and that he called Andrea's mother to smooth things over. Not with remorse, but with PR panic. And he reportedly told her, my God, I'm in trouble with these people because this is an old man and their young daughter. Translation, he wasn't worried about the fact that he had caught sneaking Quaaludes during a drink. He was worried that it made him look like a pervy grandpa instead. And even his lawyers spun it as a misunderstanding, and Cosby refused to directly address the dozens of women who eventually came forward. Instead of a reckoning, we got the comedy legend ducking accountability behind a wall of carefully worded nothing burgers. And honestly, Dr. Huxtable might have delivered a more sincere apology, and that guy wasn't even real. So this was like, oh, it's not. Imagine going to someone's mom who you raped and saying to a woe me story of, oh, it's because I'm old. that's why it's offending you, not because I raped your daughter. What the fuck, dude?
I hate him, and I hate the fact that he got out of jail on a technicality.
Yep. The government made a deal with him, which is fucking wild. Why would the government make a deal to not prosecute a rapist? I asked that. What the fuck?
He should be behind, but as far as I'm concerned, Bill Cosby, you deserve the fucking chair. You should go back to hell where he came from, and so should Sean P. Diddy Combs, and so should Donald Trump.
Yep.
Give them
he was
all the
given
chair.
30 years.
Bill Clinton, you might need a chair too. You might need a chair, homie.
Yeah. He was given 30 years and served less than 3. I don't think he even served 2. Like, that's wild. And all because some fucking idiot made a deal with him not to prosecute him. Which, but yeah, no, I'm sorry that, I'm sorry for giving you the impression of impropriety when I roofied your daughter and fucking raped her when she was asleep. Sorry I made you feel like that was inappropriate. It wasn't, though.
Ugh.
It was just Jello pudding pops.
Gross.
So, yeah.
I don't eat Jello anymore either.
Pudding pop. Yeah, no. Yeah, he ruined Jello pudding pops for me.
He ruined it.
You see, the kids, they like the Jello pudding pops before I put a couple of Quaaludes in them, and then they go to sleep, and I hit them with the blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, no, Bill Cosby ruined everything. He almost ruined Christmas sweaters for me.
Right?
Stupid. Yeah,
that
he's...
too.
Now, when I put a sweater that looks old and ugly, I just think, oh man, I look like Bill Cosby, and I just take it off. I don't even do ugly Christmas sweater parties anymore. It's too soon. It's
horrible.
Too soon. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frat chatters of all ages, that was our list of the most terrible, the cringiest, the lamest apologies dropped by celebs of all time. So why don't you let us know if there's any that we missed on the list, any awful apologies that you want to talk about. Maybe we'll bring this topic back. Shoot us an email at fratchatpodcast@gmail.com, or follow us on all social channels at FratChat Podcast. That's on Instagram, that's on Threads, that's on YouTube, that's on Facebook and Twitter/X. You can also give me a follow as well. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com. For show dates and all that good stuff. You can also check me out on social at Carlos Does the World, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Threads, on YouTube, on Facebook. I think, I already said the Instagram, or Carlos Does World on Twitter/X. And last but not least, make sure you follow my good buddy CMO here, who today did not blow his nose on the air. So congratulations. He made it.
I'm all grown up.
But he did it. Yeah, he's a real boy. Give him a follow at chris.moore, chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and TikTok, and C More Comedy on Twitter/X. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Mo, it is time for us to roll. So, won't you please get us out of here?
Wait, hold on 1 quick second. Just kidding. I
Pull
motion
out
to
the
adjourn.
handkerchief.
I motion to adjourn this meeting.
And I second. All right, you guys. We'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts of the time. It's the FratChat Podcast. I'll see ya.
Bye.